Hello everyone, Dan14 Prime here. Today I want to check out with you guys Transformers The Last Night. This is a Toys R Us exclusive mission to Cybertron. It's a premiere edition, basically a deluxe class 2-pack of Optimus Primes. Basically reusing some old molds here. On the right you've got Cybertron Optimus Prime, which I think goes all the way back to the original 2007 movie. And then kind of a standard movie edition Optimus Prime on the left. Again, both pretty old molds. And Toys R Us is basically packaging them up in some Last Night packing, as you can see. Some artwork, the logos, etc. to merchandise them and tie them into this latest movie. Back of the box here again, deluxe class figures, 12-step, 13-step. This was $40 Toys R Us exclusive, so you're kind of $20 per deluxe, which for the premiere edition has been the kind of normal retail price. But that is pretty expensive as far as deluxe figures goes. And I'll give you a quick opportunity here to pause and read the blurbs if you like. And one thing here, which they are tying into this whole mission to Cybertron promotion, is kind of like this secret codes, decodable Cybertronian language. Okay, so let's pop these guys out of the box and check them out. So here's our primes out of the box. I gotta say, old molds like I mentioned, but kind of nice in today's world of panel formers and so much that we've seen from these newer toys, particularly the cars. These primes do have a bit more intricate engineering, and certainly if you haven't had a chance to pick these up in the past, and again, some of these molds being, I think, 10 years old, many folks probably haven't, I think it's a great opportunity to bring them back. So let's dive in closer and check these guys out. Okay, so let's start off with Cybertron Optimus Prime. This is basically in the first movie as he was when he came to Earth. At least the toy representation, right? When he splashed into the pool. It's such a brief scene in the movie, it's hard to even argue. I just remember a tall, plain kind of silver guy, so he kind of fits that bill. And you can see again for the premiere, they're putting some silver accent paints, red accent paints, blue, Cybertronian language on there. So that's how they're trying to spruce it up a bit. And again, just in terms of the mold, you certainly got some backpack kibble. Be nice if this piece had another hinge in it to fold up. But, you know, it's not exactly Panel City like so many of the newer deluxes we've seen. So, you know, a little nostalgia for the original movie toys here. And I want to just come in a bit closer here so you can check out that top half, particularly that head sculpt there. Again, it's a pretty nice mold actually. Nice silver face, got some red eyes painted in there. So that is cool, and you can check out here just some of the detailing down the figure. Again, you know, it's a pretty good bot mode. There's not a ton of kibble on it, and you really just have the backpack that you're dealing with. So not too bad of a deluxe figure. He comes with this gun. Pretty simple there you can see, but then it does kind of transform or fold out in a couple places to be a bigger gun for him. You know, it's got some molding and stuff that fits with the styling. He never really broke a gun out in this mold in the movie, but... And then you get this flame accessory, which is for the alt mode to make him look like he's kind of flying through space or whatever, but it also can insert there at the end of the gun. And he holds that there pretty well. Then here, articulation on Cybertron Prime. Shoulder has got this kind of swivel mechanism up here up top. And if you manage the hinge, you can get pretty good range around it. Manage the shoulder hinge piece I'm talking about. Down in here, there's kind of another hinged mechanism underneath, so you get kind of two pieces of movement for the shoulder. Then he's got a twist up there. Then he's got a 90-degree elbow, it looks like. You actually get a waist from him, which is good. Thighs are on ball joints. They're loose. They're just really kind of loose at the thigh. Bit annoying. There's the knee, 90 degrees, and then the feet are on ball joints too, so that's pretty cool. You get some angle and movement from there, but you can't quite, you can actually get a little bit of tilt out of it. That's all right. Okay, so if we want to transform Optimus, I want to kind of start with this backpack, lift this up. It's a little cover back here. Pull that back and down, because then what you're going to want to do is just take his head, turn it around, push it down. Kind of tight clearance in there. And then just kind of cover this flap back over it. It doesn't close all the way, it just sort of provides some coverage. Come back up here to this top panel. Push that down. And then let's just kind of get his arms all the way up to the side. But then if we give him a spin, we want to get obviously the other backpack gear up front. Then you can take the transformable gun and just stow that up here. Wrong way. Goes like this. If we come back to the top here, let's rotate his arms forward like this. And then just start to fold those back entirely at the shoulders. Put these forward. Come back down to the thighs here. Give these thigh panels a fold up. Extend them up. And then let's take the feet and just throw in a ball joint. So kind of just flip them down like this. And then fold those up as well. Fold them back. And you get some pegs here that will come together like that. Peg in the back here that will come together. The foot section like that. These panels will fold back and obviously tab in right there. That's basically it. So let's just make sure we've got this guy nice and tight everywhere. Okay, so I gave him good squeeze and crunch down everywhere. When you stow that gun up there, it's a little tougher to get everything nice and together, but you just smash it together. It'll happen. And then here, wrong way. Got a tab up top. That will tab in the back of this wing section here. All right, and there he is. All right, so here's Prime in his Cybertron mode. Kind of space-looking front of the truck. Space pod-looking thing. It's got the Cybertron language there. Again, I guess that's tied into the promotion. It can be decoded online. Here you got the front of the vehicle. Looks pretty good. I mean, definitely space truck-looking thing. Cool windows with the Cybertron language, and then the Autobot logo there up top. Other side here, pretty much the same as what we just saw. And then he's got like these little wheels. These are like faux wheels here. But he does have little wheels underneath that will let him roll. Right there. There's the underside, all tucks away pretty clean. A pretty nice looking space truck. Then up next here, of course, we get our more traditional movie Optimus Prime that we know. Again, Premiere Edition, so I guess, they're painting some silver in here. Obviously the cab and the forms, I think they'd probably do some of that anyway. Check them out from the side here. I think a lot of the Premiere is really going to pop in the alt mode because you're seeing a lot of nice silver paint, but it's really kind of for all the truck pieces. And again, he's got a big backpack, but otherwise not really a lot of panels. So, deluxe class, you're always going to have something like this. But I think the more they can minimize the panels, the better. I think these figures do a bit of a better job than today's deluxe classes. And just want to jump in a bit closer here. You can check out that head sculpt. It's definitely got some paint detail. He's got the silver mask, and then it goes back to blue, and he's got like the silver vents on this side, a little silver on the forehead. So they put in a little bit of time there. Obviously got these pieces up there painted silver. So, it's okay. Again, deluxe class. I will say quality-wise, here it looks like there's already kind of stress on that blue up on the thigh joints, which are coming in with ball joints, and then his ball joints on the shoulders. Arms are popping off pretty easy. So not like, it's terrible quality, but, it's having definitely some visible issues to it. Could just be mine. So Prime also comes with this kind of translucent orange gun. And then it's got this kind of spring-loaded mech tech type stuff going on with it. You can push this back, and it flips out this axe-looking thing. I cannot get it to stay extended. It just seems to be like a battle action thing. You'd think that'd be able to lock, but mine is not locking in place. Sorry. Really quick, just in terms of articulation, with this deluxe class figure, you can turn his head side to side. It's part of transformation. It likes to go down, so it's kind of hard to handle. But you get a little bit of side to side. Again, these arms are on ball joints, as I mentioned. You can spin those around, lift them up. There it pops off, like I said. Got an elbow with a little bit of a light ratchet in there. Transformation's required for some of that, so you get good range. Hands are fixed. The waist doesn't really spin. You get a transformation movement there, but when the backpack's folded up, you don't really get to use it. Thighs, again, ball joints, like I said. Thighs swivel up there, just tight. It's a knee like that. And then, some transformation aspects in the feet. But pretty typical, I think, with a transformer, you get some extra articulation just from transformation movements. And then if we want to go ahead and transform him, pretty cool gimmicks with this old toy. You kind of push the head down, it locks in place. Push this cab together like that. Come around back here, fold down the hood piece. Then we just want to, let's just fold up the arms in here like this first. Put them down, fold them up, and pull them out. You can see how they'll start to make what'll be the back of the cab. You can put down these top flaps as well for now. We come down to the feet, flip out the wheels off the inside of the feet to get your second wheel basically. And then flip the feet is down and spin those as well. There we go. So they'll basically make his pretty typical Optimus Prime trailer hitch. And his legs kind of come in. They fold in. Just give them a push up and then pin them together. You got to find the right point. You don't like put the legs all the way up, but most of the way. Because you got to find the point at which you can make this piece level. Okay, there we go. Which is a bit lower than it actually articulates. So you kind of back it down a bit off the hip joint. Then we want to just fold back the whole leg section here like this. One thing I neglected to do, spin the cab around. So let's not forget to do that. Makes more sense now. Then you start to close this stuff up behind the cab. As I mentioned, it makes the back of the cab. And these have some gray pegs there, which peg into the thighs right there. Get those in place. And then just bring the front end up. I always find he's a little bit cockeyed like this. You got to kind of find the right balance so you can get the wheels down. Flattening them out a little bit. There you go. So here we have him in the truck mode. It's a nice truck mode for a deluxe class figure. Now you see the Premier paint really kind of pop in. He's got some nice flames, some nice silver paint on the tanks. The rims are nice and silver. So again, deluxe class, I think it is good. The pipes there and everything. And you know, it rolls. All these are real working wheels. Check out the front of the grill there. Looks really good. Nice Autobot logo. Nice and shiny. Good detail through all that with the grill and the headlights and everything. You look down the top of that truck with the flames coming down into the windows. Definitely where they put the paint to make it Premier. Alt mode. Other side of the truck here. You know, nothing special from what we just saw. Then here you get the back of the truck, and again, it's pretty traditional, right? He's got his trailer hitch there, close to you. And if you look down the truck, it's all covered pretty well for deluxe class. So yeah, I think it looks good. And here you can see Cybertronian language right there by the tank. On top of the hood up there. Autobot logo sits up there in alt mode. You check out the top of that vehicle. I think it comes together pretty nice. And yeah, again, all of the Cybertronian stuff is part of the promo. Mission to Cybertron, Toys R Us is doing. Even right there on the door. So very cool. I'll get these two side by side so you can check them out. I don't know if they should be scaling or anything together necessarily, but you can see what they look like. And then again, if anyone's done any of this translation, maybe drop a comment and let us know what all this is. Because they've got Cybertronian here, there, and that all ties into the promo. And they also come with these couple cards, which Toys R Us has been putting into their Mission to Cybertron. Looks like they kind of all will create a piece of artwork, a picture that you see on the box as well. And then they've got stuff on the other side as well that looks like you decode. So pretty neat promo, just not something I've been getting into. Here's a shot of the two primes side by side. We'll say in bot mode, the main complaints I'm having are kind of loose ball joints across the board, but particularly his legs and his shoulders. And then this prime over here, just the backpack heaviness. He needs a heel spur or something. All right, guys, so there you have it. Toys R Us, Deluxe Class, Transformers The Last Night, exclusive, Mission to Cybertron. The figures have nothing to do with The Last Night. They are older molds. They do have their own charm. You know, and some people might think they were better toys back then. A little bit better engineered. And now with this release, a little bit nicer painted, I presume. So again, $40, that's $20 a figure. Pretty standard for Premier Deluxe. But I'm sure you'll be able to get this on promo or cheaper. So what do you guys think of Toys R Us re-releasing these things with The Last Night as exclusives? Are you going to be picking these up? Leave a comment, let me know. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.